2015, we found out we were pregnant. So it was a very exciting moment. I actually had finally given it over to God, had just kind of let go because it was such an emotional roller coaster of infertility for so long and exhausting cycle of negative pregnancy tests and all that kind of stuff. So I finally was able to give it over to him and kind of relieve myself, and that's when we found out that we were pregnant. So that was an exciting time.
I think life was just really busy. You know, we had 2 kids and we were pregnant, and so for whatever the reason was, I don't think I ever thought that we would have any problems. And so I wasn't really prepared the day that we went to the doctor for our 16-week appointment. It was almost like as soon as she put the monitor on my stomach, I just knew that something was wrong.
We found out we were pregnant again. And I remember just thinking, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. At 15-week appointment, I went by myself because we were past, the scary point. And so at the 15-week appointment, they told me that there was no heartbeat.
We delivered our son, Sawyer. I remember just feeling like I'd failed.
We'd gone through, the delivery process a couple times, and I didn't know if it would be like that and if it would be painful or what all the steps would be. So just a million questions going through my mind.
We ended up having Skylar Grace the next day, and that's when we were at the hospital and they're asking questions of, do you want to bury her? Do you want to cremate her? Stuff that you are definitely not ready to answer at any time. We were very angry. We didn't know what to do. Didn't know why it was happening to us.
And I remember at that point being very mad at God. I remember thinking, I gave you all my trust, and what did you do?
I knew I could either stay in that dark place or I could kind of turn to God. And so I joined this group, actually, Hannah's Hope.
I really do think that was a lifesaver. And I was having a conversation with one of the leaders one day, and she'd kind of grabbed me after we got out of group, and she said, hey, you can pray mad.
It's better to yell and to tell God how mad you are than to completely stop speaking to him.
It was exactly what I needed to hear, because I at least started talking to God again. It was ugly. It involved a lot of ugly crying, but I had at least opened the lines of communication between God and I again.
Having the people that knew how you were feeling, knew what you have been through, was the biggest part of what helped get me through each and every week, honestly.
Guys take it a little bit different, and having that support group that she went to and have women that going through the same process was very helpful for us as a family.
If it wasn't for Hannah's Hope and Connection Point, I probably would not have gone to God and probably down the dark path.
One of the things that we talk about in group, one of the first things that we say on the first night is that we don't rank pain. Nobody's story is exactly the same, but I think there was such power in talking to people who really did understand you're not alone. I know that a lot of the time when you're going through these things, when we were going through it, we felt so alone, but you're not alone. And there are people that want to help you, and there are people that love you. And even if it feels like God has forgotten you or God is far away, He's not. You don't have to be alone.